Doing all right, Steve. I tell you, he went through a lot, and he's stronger than ever. Louisiana Speaker Philip Duvalier, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Senate President Cameron Henry.
Man, you can't tell me Trump's not the first black president. He's doing shout outs before he starts talking. He's doing shout outs right now. Are you kidding me? He's like, yo, just to my people right now, let me just shout out. Let me go through the list right quick. Yo, we got Mike Johnson. What's good, Mikey? Louisiana in the house. Louisiana, y'all good? Duvet, yeah. What's going on? Got this wonderful guy over here. I seen you in a minute, man. How you doing? How's mom? For real. We doing this. This guy, there's like 20 people here. You shouting out all of them? This guy is the first black president. Let's move on to the actual talk here.
As you know, we have from Taiwan, the biggest chip manufacturer in the world, is coming in with $200 billion, and we have a lot of people coming and plants coming and companies coming that never would have been here, never would have even thought about it. The new steel plant in Louisiana is part of an even larger $21 billion investment Hyundai will be making in the United States over the next couple of years. The company will also be massively increasing its auto manufacturing in Georgia and investing billions of dollars in advanced American technology companies. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to ask the executive chairman to say a few words, and it's a great honor to have Hyundai, a truly great company. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak here today, and thank you for the invitation. And congratulations on the remarkable start to your new term.
It's been good.
All right.
It's been a great one.
So Hyundai Motor entered the U.S. 1986. Since then, we have invested over $20 billion and now support more than 570,000 American jobs across all 50 states.
Pouring out liberal tears for the homies. Pouring out cups of liberal tears for the homies, right?
Today, I'm pleased to announce an additional $21 billion in a new investment over the next 4 years, our largest U.S. invest ever. A key part of this commitment is our $6 billion investment to strengthen the U.S. supply chain from steel and parts to automobiles. We are especially excited about Hyundai Steel's multi-billion investment in a new facility in Louisiana, which will create 1,300 American jobs and serve as the foundation for a more self-reliant and secure automotive supply chain in the U.S. To mark this milestone, we are honored to visit President Trump alongside Governor Landry and Speaker Johnson and Leader Scalise, deepening our partnership with the United States and reinforcing our shared vision for American industrial leadership. And this week, we are also proud to open our new $8 billion auto plant in Georgia. With this, our U.S. vehicle production will exceed 1 million units per year, as President mentioned. Our decision to invest in Savannah, Georgia, creating more than 8,500 American jobs, was initiated during my meeting with President Trump in Seoul in 2019.
That's right.
Yeah, and after that, 2020 in Davos, I mentioned about the new plant. So American Jobs was initiated during at the time. Now, as we proudly mark the completion of this transformative project in coincides with the beginning of President Trump's second term, making this moment even more special.
Thank you.
Yeah. Furthermore, HMG will purchase $3 billion worth of U.S. LNG to support America's energy industry and enhance our energy security. All of these efforts will accelerate the localization of our supply chain in the U.S., expand our operations, and grow our American workforce. With your leadership, Mr. President, Hyundai Motor Group is proud to be a stronger partner in America's industrial future. I'd like to personally invite you to visit one of our state-of-the-art manufacturing facility and see firsthand our commitment to the United States and our American workers. So thank
Man, where was all this during Biden's administration? You know what's crazy? These people must have been itching to do stuff like this, but they never got an incentive to do it. They never got pushed in any way via tariffs and whatnot to do it, because of course they want a little hand in America. And if it means that it's going to be a little bit of, you're going to have to give the Americans the jobs, they're like, okay, no problem. Then he's getting the LNG. Then he's getting the energy as well. He's like, this is perfect. I got, like, who cares where I put it? I don't care. Let me put it wherever. These guys got room. They're going to give me jobs. Now I'm in here. Now I'm in America. Now I get to actually work alongside an administration. The administration's actually talking to me. They actually reached out. There's so many countries that must have been itching to do this, and they just had a guy who was asleep at the wheel the whole time. And Kamala Harris, who's also talking about running again. Biden too is talking about running again. Trump's like, I hope so. Trump's like, both of you should be fine. I'll be just fine. Cause I'm ready to make another video about it. I'm talking about it. Trump's gonna go for a third term. I don't know if you guys know. He's gonna go for a third term. Steve Bannon said we're working on it. That's what he said. They're going for it. I've heard Trump bring it up like 4 times. He's going for it, 100%. I don't know what needs to happen, but yeah, it's going to be lots of jobs. What do you say? Nice, lots of jobs. Build a factory. Yeah, and Apple's going to do the same. That's how it should be. That's 100% how it should be. The same way that a bunch of illegal immigrants want into the country via caravans, the companies want into America as well. It's just that for some reason, the last administration was prioritizing the illegal immigrants coming in versus the companies coming in. And now you have a guy who's just doing the reverse. He's like, let's get companies in here. Let's get people who are going to pay and bring jobs and industry in here. And everybody who's here illegally has to leave. This is perfect math. Perfect math what he's doing here. This is amazing. Crazy. Hyundai.
Thank you to our American partners and employees and communities. We are really proud to stand with you and proud to build the future together. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I thought maybe we have our great speaker, and we have 2 very good friends, Mike and Steve, and you come from a certain state that we're talking about right now that we love, and I've done very well there. I've always won by a lot. I love that state, so I was happy to hear about it. That's why I said, come on over. But Mike, would you and Steve like to say a few words, please?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. President. We're excited. It was mentioned earlier what a great start we've had to your second term, and we're just getting started. Everyone should know that. There'll be more of this because it's the policies that are bringing about the great growth, and it's about leadership. And we have a strong new leader back in the White House, and it makes a big difference because everybody around the world is seeing that, and everyone around the country is applauding it. We were on district work period last week, and Steve Scalise and I and our colleagues were traveling around the country doing campaign events, raising money, doing all the things that are necessary to ensure that we keep the House majority for the Republican Party. And I'll just tell you, I was in multiple states over the last week, and everywhere I went, Mr. President, people are excited. There's this great sense of relief, almost euphoria out there, because they know that America's back. This is the America First agenda. We're so grateful for these great friends with Hyundai to invest in Louisiana. We have extraordinary leadership on the state level. And leadership makes a big difference. We're so grateful to be a part of this. We want to tell you all this is a great investment in Louisiana and in America. More to come. Thank you so much. Steve?
Well, thank you again, Mr. President, for opening up the White House to this great group. Governor Landry has brought...
You say Trump seems a little tired. He probably is. I would imagine so. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I'm a little tired. Like, I don't even know how he does it. I don't understand. You know, you go on the website, the White House roll call, you see his whole week. They just show the press conference he's going to have at the White House. But then there's a whole bunch of other things they show on the itinerary. This guy's moving around, constant meetings. Like the first thing that I showed you was from today. This is from today. Like, he's just constantly doing this. And it's every day. It's crazy. And then on top of that, you're posting on social media, even if you're just dictating the words to somebody and they're typing it, whatever. You're posting on social media. You're going through all this stuff. And then also you're behind the scenes. You're doing negotiations. You're preparing for war plans, possibly different scenarios. You have to have secret meetings with the Pentagon that the cameras never get involved with. It's crazy. I couldn't imagine. 78? I kind of can't imagine because my mom, she's like 72. And she kind of has energy like this. She's like up at like 5 a.m. every day. And she's just like running around. She does 10,000 steps before I even wake up. Like it's weird, man. Some older people, they're different people than you and I. They're different. It's different. It's beast mode. Beast mode. Yeah, man. He is a legend. It's crazy. It's legendary energy. You have not heard, like, that's one thing when he is gone from office. That's one thing, especially when he passes away. That's one thing he's going to be known for, is this incredible amount of energy that he had, that he just kept pushing and pushing through the whole thing. Like, you know, when he won the election, he hadn't slept for almost 72 hours. Like, what? How does that work? I don't know. Hey, maybe it is a Diet Coke. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Maybe it's the Diet Coke. 10,000 steps. Yeah, my mom, she does like 20,000 steps a day. It's crazy. Doesn't make any sense. She's deadlifting. She's doing deadlifts. She has a personal trainer. She's deadlifting. Owns a company. Still runs it. It's crazy. Imagine I told you the company is a defense company. My mom, she runs Raytheon. No, it's a cleaning company, but yeah, she runs it. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of energy. They're a different stock of people, you know. But I guess that might also happen when you start realizing that you're at not the end of your life, but you're past the other half, far past it. And every day you wake up, for us now as young people, every day we wake up is a lucky day. For them, it's like a real lucky day. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, it's a real lucky day. You're 78, you're waking up, you got both your legs working and everything. Like, yeah, you're really, really lucky. I'm just saying. Just saying. You know, God forbid anything happens to them. But it's a very lucky day.
The same kind of energy to the governor's mansion in Louisiana that President Trump has brought to the nation in the White House. You know, some people marvel at President Trump's stamina. Over the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, we spoke by phone on some different legislative initiatives that we're working on with Speaker Johnson to continue moving the agenda forward. Those very things that President Trump ran on, he's delivering for the American people. And this announcement by Hyundai is one more example of how that agenda that President Trump ran on to make America first again is working for the American people. When you talk about 1,300 plus really good jobs in Louisiana, those are all American workers. That's billions of investment coming in from Hyundai into the United States that would not have been here without President Trump's leadership. And I think people know that. They see it. It's been a long time coming, but we applaud the work that Hyundai is doing with Governor Landry to come to our state. But for President Trump, we're seeing this all across the nation, and we're just getting started. A lot more to come, Mr. President.
That's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions, please? Yeah, please.
The size of the investment, partly because of tariffs. On April 2nd, the reciprocal tariffs will go into effect. Is it truly reciprocal? Are there some countries that might get a break or some sectors that might get a break?
Well, I may give a lot of countries breaks, but it's reciprocal, but we might be even nicer than that. You know, we've been very nice to a lot of countries for a long time, but I call it Liberation Day. April 2nd is Liberation Day. But today, as you know, we did something with respect to Venezuela. You heard about that, and that will be quite important. we'll be announcing some additional tariffs over the next few days, having to do with automobiles, cars, and having also to do a little bit with lumber down the road, lumber and chips. We're going to get all those chip companies coming back. They're already coming back without even doing it. So it's been very good. But we'll be announcing some others. But for the most part, April 2nd will be a big day. That'll be Reciprocal Day. And we'll be bringing some of the money back that's been taken from us. Let's be nice by using the word taken. I don't want to use a stronger word because these guys are professional politicians, and they don't like to hear those words. I refuse to use the word stolen from us, but that's a...
Countries mutually bring down tariffs. Are you seeing that?
That was amazing. He couldn't even contain himself. He's like, never mind, stolen. That's the word they don't want me to use. That's what's been happening to America for the longest time. This Biden guy was just letting countries steal from us. That's what they've been doing. I wanted to keep it very nice. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, Mike Johnson. I'm sorry, Governor. They steal from us. That's what they do. That's what they do. They come in illegally. They steal from us. They do it one side, then they do it from the other. They've been doing it for the longest time. Couldn't contain himself. He had to say it. He just had to.
Oh, it happened. Well, the European Union lowered their tariffs to 2.5%. We were only at 2.5% for cars, which is very low. And as you probably heard, that European Union lowered their number from much higher than that, many, many times higher. Surprised to 2.5%. So that was good. But I don't know that I expect that. It's up to them. But we have reciprocal tariffs.
Mr. President, your reaction to the story in The Atlantic that said that some of your top cabinet officials and aides had been discussing very sensitive material through Signal and included an Atlantic reporter for that. What is your response to that?
I don't know anything about it. I'm not a big fan of The Atlantic. To me, it's a magazine that's going out of business. I think it's not much of a magazine, but I know nothing about it. You're saying that they had what?
They were using Signal to coordinate on sensitive materials and
having to do with what? Having to do with what? What were they talking about?
With the Houthis.
The Houthis? You mean the attack on the Houthis? Well, it couldn't have been very effective because the attack was very effective. I can tell you that. I don't know anything about it. You're telling me about it for the first time. Anybody else?
This announcement on Hyundai, is this a blueprint for you for other automakers to come to the United States to do what Hyundai was doing and investing so much in Louisiana and creating these new jobs?
Absolutely. That's a nice question from you. That's a shocking question, how nice it is, huh? That's okay. That's a question that's a good question, actually. Yeah, sure. Hyundai's a great company. We have other great companies coming in, and we have some that are going to be staying here and very much expanding. And we have tremendous interest in every business. I can't just say automobiles, but automobiles is a big one. And yeah, this is the beginning of a lot of things happening. We've had, as you know, Apple's announced a $500 billion investment, and other companies have announced 250, 300 billion. But we're well into the $3 and $4 trillion mark, which has never happened to our country before. What it really means is jobs. All we care about is jobs, right? We care about quality and quality of life and safety and security, but we care about jobs. And they're going to have we have a lot of people coming in.
Governor Landry, I would love to ask Governor Landry a question, if you don't mind. How did you convince Hyundai to come to your great state? How did you convince them to come to Louisiana?
It was easy. I told them we were going to have a great president this year, right? Look, I think that this is Americans seeing the America First policy in action, right? It's not just promises, it's about action. And not only and I appreciate their patience, because all last year, many of these legislators, the Speaker and the Senate President, we worked on making Louisiana as friendly for business as the president is making America. We worked on public safety. We worked on educational reform, which the president's been working on. We worked on tax reform, historic tax reform. And what I can tell you is to echo what the president said. In Louisiana right now, I believe before the summer's over, we'll have $50 billion worth of construction projects going on in Louisiana. That is a record, Mr. President. It has never happened under any other president, under any other administration. And I can only look at the leadership that he has brought, not only to the White House, but to the world as well. And so to have these executives come here and say, hey, we want to invest in America, because for decades now, what Americans have seen is jobs being offshored rather than onshored. And today's announcement is exactly that. This is a message for all America that this president and their governors out there care about the American worker.
See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Crawfish. Wow. But you see, this is what I was talking about. This guy's been itching to have something like that happen. He's been wanting something like this for the longest time. The companies probably felt the exact same way. They've wanted stuff like this to be happening. I'm telling you, this guy's going to get a third term, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys, he's going to get a third term. It's going to be, people are going to be pissed, but he's going to get it. I love how he throws them under the bus like MS, you know who, and ABC. That's a shocking question from you. Wow. But yeah, man, this is what they want. 100%. This is what these companies want. Now they actually have somebody who's willing to pull the trigger, so to speak.
Your Venezuela tariffs, sir. And I have to tell you that if you have any trouble getting permits, which you won't, come see me. I'll get them for you immediately. All right? But you're not going to have any trouble. You know, we had, when I first got involved in this world of politics, when I went down to Louisiana, you know, the two big LNG plants, and they were stuck for 14 years. They tried to get permits, and these were $12 billion and I think $15 billion plants. And they were working on it for 14 years in one case, I think 13 or 14 in the other. And I was able to get them in less than a week. And they were shocked. And probably some consultant got a lot of money for doing it, but nobody spoke to me about it other than this gentleman at the time. He mentioned it, and he did. They were in very much different positions, but they wanted to see if we could break the logjam. And I got it done. In one case, I actually got it done in one day. And the other case, I didn't do as well. It took a full week. And they built, and they're up, and they're very successful now. That was a long time ago, but we got it done immediately. You'll have no trouble getting your permits, I guarantee. These people you're dealing with are top of the line. Okay? But just in case, call me.
On the Venezuela tariffs that you announced earlier today, sir,
yes.
You said it's 25% for any country that does business
That's right.
with Venezuela.
If they buy their oil from Venezuela, they have to pay a 25% tariff to do business with the United States.
Is that on top of existing tariffs? So, for example, China buys
yes,
a lot of oil.
that would be a top of it for existing.
45% tariff on China next week?
That's on top of existing tariffs, yes.
And so also next week, April 2nd, as you said, Liberation Day. Is that going to be sector tariffs as well as reciprocal tariffs?
It's going to be everything, yeah. It's going to be everything, but not all tariffs are included that day. For instance, we'll do some. As you know, we have already done steel and aluminum, and that's at a 25% level. And we are going to be doing automobiles, which you've known about for a long time. We'll be announcing that fairly soon, over the next few days probably. And then April 2nd comes. That'll be reciprocal tariffs. But we may take less than what they're charging because they've charged us so much. I don't think they could take it. In other words, they've charged us so much that I'm embarrassed to charge them what they've charged us. But it'll be substantial. And you'll be hearing about that on April 2nd. And it will be Liberation Day because we'll be taking in large amounts of money for our country, and that's lower taxes and all of the things that are good, and jobs, a lot of jobs.
And what's your message to the big corporations?